Do you ever feel like your paycheck just vanishes? One minute it's in your account, and the next it's gone, with nothing much to show for it? You're not alone. A recent survey found that nearly 60% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to save even a tiny amount. What if I told you there's a simple, powerful framework that could change all of that, without needing complicated spreadsheets or fancy budgeting apps? It's called the 1/3 rule, and it's a game changer for anyone who feels overwhelmed by their finances. Stay with us, because understanding this one concept could be the key to finally getting ahead and building the financial stability you deserve. Welcome back to our channel, your guide on the path to financial independence. This is the 6th episode in our 30-part series, and today we're diving into one of the most important foundations for building wealth. Why are we focusing so much on these basics? Because without a solid base, trying to build wealth is like trying to build a skyscraper on sand. It's just not going to work. The 1/3 rule simplifies your entire financial life by dividing your income into 3 equal, easy-to-remember buckets. This simple system helps prevent the 2 biggest money traps most people fall into: overspending and undersaving. What exactly is this rule? It's incredibly simple. You take your monthly after-tax income and divide it into 3 parts. The first third, or about 33%, is for your living expenses. This includes your rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Basically, everything you absolutely need to live. The second third is dedicated to savings and investing. This is your wealth-building engine. This portion goes into your retirement accounts, an emergency fund, or other investments that will grow over time. The final third is for your debt payments and other future goals. This is where you aggressively pay down high-interest debt like credit cards or student loans. Once your debt is gone, this entire third can be redirected to bigger goals, like a down payment on a house or starting a business. It's not a perfect rule for every single person, but its strength is in its simplicity and balance. It forces you to think about your money in a structured way. So why does this rule matter so much? Let's be honest, most people's finances are completely out of balance. We spend way too much on our lifestyle, we save far too little, and we often only make the minimum payments on our debts. Think about it. Have you ever gotten a raise and found that your spending just magically increased to match it? That's called lifestyle creep, and it's a major reason why even high earners feel broke. The 1/3 rule acts as a guardrail. It forces you to maintain balance. Even if your income is small, allocating your money with this discipline from the start builds the right habits. It stops you from letting your living expenses swallow your entire paycheck, which is a trap that keeps millions of people from ever getting ahead. It ensures you are always saving and always making meaningful progress on your debt. It's about creating a system that works for you, not against you. Let's walk through a real-world example to see how powerful this can be. Imagine someone named Alex earns $3,000 a month after taxes. Using the 1/3 rule, Alex's budget would look like this. $1,000 would go towards living expenses. This means Alex needs to find a living situation where rent, food, and bills don't exceed this amount. It might be challenging, but it sets a clear, non-negotiable limit. The next $1,000 goes straight into savings and investments. This could be split between a 401k, a Roth IRA, and a high-yield savings account for emergencies. The final $1,000 is aimed at debt and future goals. If Alex has a $5,000 credit card bill, they could knock it out in just 5 months with this aggressive approach. Compare that to making minimum payments, which could take over a decade and cost thousands in interest. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if someone can't hit this ratio perfectly? That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Even having a clear target like this completely changes your behavior and your relationship with money. But what if you're on a lower income and the idea of saving a full third of your paycheck sounds impossible? This is a very common and valid concern. If you're making just enough to cover your basic needs, how can you possibly save a third of it? The key here is not to get discouraged, but to adapt the rule to your reality. If you can't save 33%, don't give up. Start with something you can manage, even if it's just 5% or 10%. The most important step is starting. Once you've started, commit to increasing that percentage by just 1% every month. It's a tiny change you'll barely notice, But over a year, your savings rate will have grown significantly. The best way to make this happen is to use automation. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account the day you get paid. This is the pay yourself first principle in action. You save the money before you even have a chance to spend it. As your income grows, be very careful to avoid lifestyle creep. Instead of upgrading your car or apartment, channel that extra money directly into your savings and debt payoff buckets. Remember, progress is always more important than perfection. As great as this rule is, there are a few common mistakes people make when they first try to implement it. Are you at risk of making one of these? First, people think the rule must be followed perfectly from day one. They try to fit their life into these neat little boxes, and when it doesn't work perfectly, they give up entirely. The 1/3 rule is a guideline, not a law. It's a target to aim for. The goal is to move towards it over time. The second mistake is forgetting about irregular expenses. Things like car repairs, annual subscriptions, or holiday gifts can completely derail your budget if you haven't planned for them. It's a good idea to create a separate sinking fund within your savings bucket for these expected but irregular costs. Finally, a huge mistake is to set it and forget it. Your income, expenses, and goals will change over time. You should review your numbers every 6 months to a year. Did you get a raise? Are your utility bills higher now? Adjust your allocations to reflect your current financial reality. This simple review keeps your plan relevant and effective. So, what do you think? Does the 1/3 rule sound like something you would try? It's a simple, powerful tool that can bring order and clarity to your finances. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. If this was helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss Episode 7 in our Foundation series. Thanks for watching.